Gervonta Davis is still undefeated. After a long hiatus, Tank stepped back into the ring and busted the ghost Frank Martin in the 8th round. It was nothing short of a controlled demolition. But the upset of the night is that there are rumors going around that Davis might call it quits right after he came back. Let's dive into the carnage. Gervonta "Tank" Davis made a powerful return to the ring after his longest break in professional boxing, delivering an impressive 8th round knockout against Frank Martin at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. Davis, an undefeated southpaw, showcased his signature one-punch power, retaining his WBA lightweight title. He ended the fight with a left uppercut, followed by a straight left, sending Martin crashing into the ropes and down to the canvas, marking his 30th win with 28 knockouts. The fight started slowly for Davis, who seemed to be observing and analyzing his opponent during the first 6 rounds. Martin appeared to have the upper hand early on, even leading in power punches by a count of 37, 31 by the end of the 6th round, according to CompuBox statistics. However, Davis had a strategic approach, allowing Martin to exhaust himself while he carefully studied his moves. Despite the challenges, Davis remained focused. His right cheek was swollen and red from the early rounds, but his experience shone through. Having trained since he was 7 and competed since 8, boxing felt like second nature to him. His dedication and focus on his goals helped him deliver another impressive knockout, solidifying his position as a top contender in the lightweight division. The fight was fairly even between the 4th and 5th rounds, but everything changed in the 7th when Gervonta Davis took control. Although Frank Martin might have been ahead on the scorecards, Davis's powerful punches were increasingly connecting, making a dramatic finish inevitable. As the fight progressed, Davis began to turn the tide. He capitalized on Martin's fatigue, gradually taking control and landing more significant punches. By the 7th round, Davis had significantly narrowed the gap in power punches, ultimately landing 19 to Martin's 11. Davis's patience and strategy paid off spectacularly in the 8th round. He unleashed a devastating combination that Martin could not withstand, securing his 4th consecutive knockout victory. Despite being out of the ring for 421 days, Davis's performance reaffirmed his status as a dominant force in the lightweight division. The 7th round set the stage for Gervonta "Tank" Davis's fierce finale. Davis cornered Frank Martin and began landing punches freely. A clean left punch stunned Martin, followed by another powerful hit that left no doubt, drawing loud cheers from the crowd of 13,249 at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Davis employed a strategy of letting Martin tire himself out by being a target in the early rounds. Once he noticed Martin slowing down, Davis started to land more precise and powerful punches. Martin, on the other hand, attributed his loss of momentum to becoming too comfortable. He spent much of the later round backing away and staying on the ropes, hoping for an opportunity to land a big shot. However, this allowed Davis to dominate, as Martin stopped moving as effectively, giving Davis the openings he needed to land decisive blows. In the end, Davis's patience and power proved too much for Martin, leading to a spectacular knockout that reinforced Davis's reputation as a top fighter in the lightweight division. We all are aware of the on and off relationship Davis has with boxing, but after the fight, where Davis claimed he was a bit rusty, many began speculating whether or not Davis would continue boxing. The main reason for the speculation were that he was not entertained at all. Similar to his former mentor Floyd Mayweather, Davis has been getting into drama way more often lately, and into the showbiz. If Davis becomes more interested in the business rather than boxing, I think it's fair to say that he will quit the sport in every aspect possible. We've all seen the videos how he is going back and forth with Mayweather, and even Garcia jumped in the drama. Davis even defended Garcia when the whole world was against him for using performance-enhanced drugs in his victory against Devin Haney. But as it turned out, he was only contaminated, and that made no difference in the end result of the fight. Gervonta Davis credited his time in jail for his personal growth and improved mindset. His fight against Frank Martin was his first since his major victory over Ryan Garcia on April the 22nd, 2023, a win that solidified his status as one of boxing's biggest stars. However, shortly after that triumph, Davis found himself in legal trouble. He pleaded guilty to 4 misdemeanor charges related to a 2020 hit-and-run accident that injured 4 people, including a pregnant woman. Initially sentenced to 90 days of house arrest, he was taken into custody for violating the terms of his sentence and spent 44 days in jail. Surprisingly, Davis viewed his jail time positively, seeing it as a period of growth. He believed it taught him patience and helped him become a better person, father, and athlete. This experience didn't diminish his confidence, and he entered the fight as a strong favorite. Davis refrained from naming a specific future opponent after his win, but he acknowledged that Vasily Lomachenko, Shakur Stevenson, and Isaac Cruz were on his radar. He expressed his desire to continue building his career and becoming even greater in the sport. A notable moment after the fight was that Ryan Garcia showed up to congratulate Tank, despite the fact that Garcia was arrested a week ago for being violent and causing property damage to a hotel. Garcia also showed up wearing a "Rematch Me" shirt on him. The fight between the two was arguably with an unfair rehydration clause on Ryan Garcia, and he didn't even look like himself on fight night when he lost to a body shot from Tank. On a podcast much later after the fight, Tank himself claimed that he prayed for Garcia not to get up as he was scared when he landed that body shot. But while on the topic of Garcia, he has been going after Caleb Plant and his wife recently on social media, and Plant was also attending tonight cards. Shortly after the fight ended, Plant threw a beer can at Garcia, which resulted in a massive brawl. Wild times, are we going to have a Plant-Garcia match next? Meanwhile, a noteworthy tweet after the fight came from Tank Davis' potential next opponent, Shakur Stevenson. Let's be real, Davis is unbeatable at 135 pounds. His power and boxing skills are unmatched. Unlike other fighters who waste energy by brawling, Davis is smart and strategic with his punches. In the first 4 rounds, he hardly threw any punches, showing how patient and calculated he is. He has learned from Floyd Mayweather's style, combining it with his own powerful punches. Davis doesn't rush into fights recklessly. He plans his moves carefully, knowing exactly when and where to strike. This makes him a dangerous opponent for anyone in his weight class. His ability to conserve energy and wait for the right moment sets him apart from other fighters. With his mix of strategy and power, Davis has become a dominant force in the lightweight division. Who do you think will Davis fight next? Or will he retire from boxing? Shakur Stevenson or Lomachenko? Or maybe he will rematch Garcia? There are also some speculations about Davis going down 10 pounds and maybe match Inoue Naoya, one of the hottest fighters in the world right now. But that seems unlikely. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.